Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a story here coming out of Chicago that one of my subscribers sent to me like 5 times to do a video on. I did start watching this video, and it's very, very, very disturbing. It's disgusting, and let me tell you the biggest thing that I want you guys to pay attention to. This story is coming out of Chicago. Now, we know that whenever you turn on mainstream media, you hear Chicago and all their gun violence and all their, their body count and all their gangs. And you hear, the rhetoric of, of just sheer, black on black crime and just violence everywhere. All you hear is black violence. And so if you imagine Chicago, you would really just like imagine just thugs on every corner with guns, and they're just standing, very militant and running amok. And you would think, these cops are definitely not going to be just running around harassing people, because they're scared for their lives. Hear them say it. The cops are scared. Everybody's scared. You got Donald Trump sitting there scared, talking about how he needs to send in the National Guards because of all this gang violence and all this gun violence. Okay, so then we go to this story. So when you look at this, I'm gonna play the video. I don't want to watch the video, but I'm going to play it regardless, because we do need to get this out there. We need to do a better job at defending ourselves against these white supremacist terrorist cops, because they are running amok. They are some of the biggest terrorists in the world. They really are. And they just run around terrorizing people. We are paying their salaries. We are paying for them to run around and brutalize us and attack us. And you'll see peaceful demonstrators walking around, just being peaceful. And then you see these disgusting, vile, white supremacist terrorist demons pushing people, bullying people, punching people, tasing people. And we have to do a better job protecting ourselves against them, because they're terrorists. And we all want to be, law-abiding citizens, and we all want to do our part. We all want to live in some kind of system of where there's not just chaos everywhere. We want to say these are the authorities, and let's try to listen to them. But we've seen from video after video, news articles, you see that it doesn't matter what a black person does. The police are going to attack them. They're going to violate them. They're going to do that anyway. They don't care. The only thing you can do is not be black, and that isn't something that we can do. So we need to really just, and I hope that New Era Detroit, New Era Chicago watches these videos that some of their people record it, and they sit back and they look at what's going on, and they look at these this police brutality, and we really got to step up our game. We're way far back than we should be. And I said this on the last video, we need to be armed, because this has to stop. We need to start meeting them where they're at. Right now we're not meeting white supremacist terrorism where it's at. We're sitting back, really far back in the line, trying to be civil and trying to obey all the laws and trying to do the right thing, but you're going against lawless terrorists. Okay, so when you're going against lawless terrorists that will do anything, there is no there's no line that they will not cross. There's no law that they will not break. They don't care. Okay, These are disgusting race soldiers. They're not following the law. They're not. They're trying to demand that you follow a law but they're not following it. Okay, and the second thing is they talk about all these guns and all these gangs. So where are they then? Because you see all these videos coming out of Chicago, and you see white supremacist terrorist cops with guns and being thugs and being violent, but you don't see any black people being violent or thugs. You don't see a bunch of gangs and just randomly killing people. Where is that? Where are all these guns and violent thugs that you speak of, Fox News and CNN? Where are they? I mean, is there just like a certain time at night that they come out, or are they on the clock from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m.? I mean, what's really going on? Because I don't see any of it. I don't see any gangs. I don't see any guns by these black people have. If they have guns, why are they letting you terrorize them? Why are you tasing people that are laying on the floor? Why are these people peacefully marching and cleaning the streets, and you're attacking them? Let me try to play some of this video for you guys.
Punching screwing everybody. They been punching. He pushed me talking about getting back. I said, get back where, bitch? They couldn't find the crime. They couldn't find the murderers. So they had 7 murders. These bitches out here fucking with us. Oh no, this is terrible. Where's the kids? Oh no. Where is everybody? This is terrible. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Some of these are children. Those are my children. It's a kid. That's a kid. You're not right. You need to let Are you fucking serious right now?
My question is, where are the gangs? Do you see any gangbangers?
What are you talking on him for? What are you grabbing on him for? What are you grabbing on him for? God! Wait a minute!
I want you to notice who the gangbanger thugs are. Okay? Because they throw this out there because they want you to think it's something different than who they are. Here are your terrorists. Here are your gangbanger thugs. These are the thugs, the gangbangers that need to get off the streets in Chicago. These are the people that are doing all these murders. Because if you have all of these police officers, why is there a gang problem? Why is there a high murder count in Chicago? Oh, but and let me just tell you, this is all rhetoric, because Chicago is not even on the top 10 list of most violent cities. Okay, so know that for sure. And this is the propaganda that is pushed out in the mainstream media is disgusting. Okay, but I digress. That's not even what I'm talking about on here. But this brutality and terrorism of these cops is disgusting. It is disgusting. Okay, so every time you go out and you try to peacefully protest, when are we going to learn that it doesn't work? This is what happens every time. There is no time that black people are together or marching that these disgusting terrorists do not come out and terrorize. we have to do something different. Okay? We have to step up our game. And look at this. They need 3, 4, 5 terrorists on one kid. Here's your thugs, guys. Here's your gangbangers. Here's your thugs.
Wait a minute. Oh my God, wait. Y'all, wait. No. Yeah,
look at, she's walking backwards and these disgusting thugs is gonna push on a woman. This is nasty, guys, and I hope you watch this and you get really, really, really upset. I hope that this infuriates you, because this is terrorism. This is the terrorism that I'm constantly talking to you about. Okay, New Era Detroit and New Era Chicago are trying to do something good, bring Black people together. They're being nonviolent. They're cleaning up the streets, and they get met by some disgusting white supremacist terrorist cops in Chicago. They have nothing better to do in a city that they say is ran over with gangs and guns. And yet these disgusting Chicago police don't have anything else to do but go bother New Era Chicago and interrupt their peaceful march and start terrorizing them and start attacking and brutalizing them. This is what they do. This is who they are. Okay, so when you turn on the news and you're on Fox News or CNN and you're listening to them talk about the violence and the gangs in Chicago, realize who those violent gangs are. Okay, because they're the Chicago PD. There's your gangbangers. There's your violent terrorists that need to be stopped. It doesn't matter if Black people try to do something good. You can try to be peaceful. You can go to church and pray. And these white supremacist terrorist devils are going to come in there and do something. Okay? So stop thinking if we just, if we follow the line a little better, if we're pray a little harder, if we're a little quieter, no. You need to start taking some of the pages out of their book. That's what you need to do. We need to look at what they're doing, their strategies, and maybe start copying some of those. Because clearly, they don't want peace. They don't. They don't want peace. They don't want nonviolence. They don't want you to mind your own business and try to clean up your neighborhoods. They don't want that. Okay, that's not what they want. That doesn't fit their narrative. That's not what they want to show you. Okay, black people getting together is their biggest nightmare. They don't want you uniting. They don't want you taking care of each other. They want you killing each other. And if you're not going to do it, then they're going to do it. And even if you were going to do it, they would do it too. Okay, these are your gangbangers, your Chicago gangbangers and thugs. Your violent terrorists that need to be stopped. Okay, we need to start doing something different. Stop doing the same thing. And you know what? I'm not even, I love New Era Chicago and New Era Detroit. I think it's great. It's really awesome. It's a great start, but it is a baseline. It really is. It's a baseline that needs to be built upon, because This has to stop. These terrorist attacks by Chicago Police Department should not have happened. It should not continuously happen. But all of our peaceful marches are going to be met with violence as long as they know they can get away with it. As long as they know as soon as they start being violent, we're just going to retreat because we have nothing. Okay, we have to have something to meet them where they are. I'm going to try to play some more of the video just so we can see I'm going to kind of skip to right here because we saw that other part.
You're going to obstruct traffic. This is what happened. Not out here to antagonize. We're not out here to argue with anybody. Anybody that don't want to accept the literature, that's on them. Keep it moving. The police, we do not engage with them at all. We're not out here to antagonize or argue with or get into any altercation with the police. We're going to get out here and create this black love, black unity, this black power, and we're going to have a powerful movement. Elites, raise your hand. Everybody elites, raise their hand. Queens, children, any issue that you come across, you feel unsafe, you feel it's a possible issue, contact one of the kings, contact one of the elite members, we'll handle that. Let's get out here and have us a powerful meeting. Black love, black unity, black power, great skirt, all power to the people, all power to the people, all power to the people.
I gotta be honest, that gives me chills. Like, that's amazing. This is like, oh, it's great, but it is their biggest fear, and they're going to attack. They're not going to ever watch this and see this happen and not be violent. They're not going to. So we need to realize that, and we need to be ready. We really do. Okay, because you see, they're showing you this is how they started. Peaceful, non-violent, just spreading the message of black love. That's beautiful. But you're always going to be met by white supremacist terrorists because this does not fit their narrative. This is not what they want. This is the opposite of what they want. They want to be able to call you thugs and gangbangers when you don't see any of that. It's like, this is what I don't get. You always have these same stupid ass people spewing the same rhetoric about, oh, Chicago and gun violence and body count and all this, but you don't see any of it. You don't see any of it. So please, before you guys believe any of this rhetoric by these white supremacists, news media, please just go visit Chicago. I've been to Chicago. I didn't see any gangbangers. I didn't see any violence. I'm pretty sure there's violence in every city. Okay, but you need to stop believing what these white supremacists are telling you. And you definitely need to stop believing that you can meet these white supremacist terrorists with non-violent attitudes. You can't. You're not going to meet them with being non-violent. We got to stop that mentality.
So powerful. That's why they come at us like they do.
And they copy.
Everything. They copy. They own our babies, our little boys. Hey, look, y'all so powerful. You can do and be whatever. You so powerful. Don't never let nobody tell you not to do. You understand?
Black don't crack.
No, right?
There's the white one right there.
You see how sick it is when disgusting white supremacist terrorists are, they're, you know, they feel threatened by black people getting together and picking up garbage off the streets. They can't have that. That's not. Call in the Army and the National Guards, because black people are non-violently, peacefully cleaning up the streets, which is what they sit there and say, oh, these, you know, let's clean up the streets, let's bring in the National Guards to clean up all this gang bang. Do you even see any, like, you don't even see any freaking gang rioting, you don't see any gang bangers anywhere to be seen with your own eyes. Stop believing the garbage that this mainstream news media is trying to send you, and see what is actually happening. Okay? These people are walking, cleaning the garbage off the streets, spreading love, togetherness, and you have these disgusting white supremacist terrorist cops. They're like, oh no, they're marching together. Nope, can't have this. This is not what we need to see. They take any opportunity to terrorize you, any opportunity. And they're like, oh, there's a lot of them in one place. Let's go be evil. Let's go attack them, because God forbid they clean the garbage off the streets.
They're the ones who's coming. The world is in their hands. When you teach the children just the very best you if we just let it be.
So I'm skipping this. Just as like
That's what we're out here doing. We're trying to change that narrative right now. Right. So we're trying to change that. So I'm glad you took the time to have a conversation with us. I'm glad y'all out here, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to have a talk today. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Black Power, Mama Gina. Black Power. New Era Chicago. New Era Detroit. New Era Nation. Coming to a neighborhood very soon.
So I'm going to end it right there. But this is showing you guys that these New Era Detroit, they're awesome, amazing. This is so great to see these strong black men out here leading like this, setting a great example, cleaning up the neighborhoods. This is what you know, these white conservative, they're trying to sit there and say that they're complaining about, you know, the gun violence and the, you know, the murders. Well, they're trying to end that. The Black Era, or New Era Detroit and New Era Chicago are out there cleaning up these streets, and not just physically, but mentally. Okay, mentally trying to change the mindset of the black community. They're standing up and taking responsibility for their communities, for their families. Okay, that's what they're doing. They were doing nothing negative, nothing violent. They were not being loud. They were not being in any way violent towards anybody. You did not see them blocking any streets or anything. They're just cleaning up, cleaning and talking to people. So when white people try to say, oh, if black people just do this, if black people just do that, it's just rhetoric. It's just a bunch of disgusting lies. White supremacist terrorists are going to be white supremacist terrorists, no matter what black people are doing. Okay, we are not the problem, they are. And we have to start meeting them where they're at. Because we can't sit here and try to to fight with feathers while they're throwing grenades at us. Like, it's just not going to work. Okay, we have all these great-minded black men out here with the right mindset, trying to do the right thing, and they're attacked by white supremacist terrorist cops. Okay, the Chicago PD, shame, shame, shame on you. Okay, this is disgusting. But we need to figure out a way to combat that. Okay, so when we get together, we know they're going to attack us. Like, they've done it every time. There's never a time that black people are in a group, the white supremacist terrorists are not going to attack. So it's not, you don't have to wonder if, you know that they are, so we need to come up with a plan to combat that. Okay, because we have the right to protect ourselves. Okay, that right to life and liberty is ours too, and we need to demand it. That is our very right. You have the right to protect yourself. You are not breaking the laws. You are not attacking. You are not being violent. You are not gang members. You are citizens of Chicago, and you have the right to protect yourself. You have the right to life, and you have the right to liberty. Okay, and the only way you can lose that right is if you allow them to take it away. And the only way you can have that right is if you stand up and keep it and demand it and say, this is our right. You are not going to continuously, brutally attack us. Okay, we're going to have to take a stand against terrorism. And today the terrorists are the Chicago PD. That's who the terrorists are in this video. And I really, really, really want people to pay attention to the streets. Pay attention. It's the things you don't see. You don't see graffiti everywhere. You don't see dead bodies everywhere. You don't see gang members hanging on the street, throwing up gang signs and guns. This is what they want you to see in your head when they're on TV talking about, oh, Chicago and body counts and gang bangers, and this is why, you know, we need more police, and it's just this disgusting racist rhetoric that we hear. Like, I don't turn on the TV and turn on news, because you're gonna hear the same thing over and over. And I know I'm gonna go into these comments after this video, and you're gonna have disgusting white supremacist trolls talking about Chicago gang violence. And it's like, I wish there were some Chicago gangs. If there are some Chicago gangs and you guys have guns and you guys, you know, please get out there and help New Era or Chicago. Please start protecting them with some of your guns. That would be nice, because somebody needs to do something to protect the black community against the terrorist attacks of Chicago PD. That's what needs to happen. Anyways, I'll put the link to this video in the description box in case anyone wants to watch the entire video. I would suggest it. We really need to support these groups. New Era Detroit, New Era Chicago. They have really just amazing people. I'm just like seeing these strong black men taking these leadership roles and you know, speaking up against any violence towards their women and their children and their communities. They are really doing the right thing, and we need to try to support them any way we can. I do hope that New Era comes to, you know, Washington and Oregon and everywhere else. If we can get everywhere, like this is awesome. But we have to prepare ourselves for these terrorist attacks. I don't understand why it seems like we're always vulnerable. We're not, you know, we're not protecting ourselves. We have to. Okay, we're waiting for white supremacists to give us permission to protect our own lives, and that's not going to happen. They're not going to say, oh, okay, well, you guys can just live your lives and be, you know, be in peace. And they're not, it's never going to happen. There's always going to be terrorist attacks by the white supremacist terrorists whenever black people get together. So we need to know that. And now that we have that knowledge, now we need to do something about it. And we need to be a lot better prepared, because again, we're going to be marching our children and our women into their death. Like that's what's going to happen if we keep going out and not being prepared to defend ourselves against these attacks. Because we're just making ourselves targets. We're just going to be large groups of black people where these terrorist cops can just drive up and shoot and bomb and kill us. And we have nothing to protect ourselves. Like, we need some soldiers on the ground. Some armed soldiers. We got to do better than this. We have to protect ourselves better than this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video. If you guys can just go down and click on like when you're watching it, that'll be awesome. Share the video. Share on Facebook, Twitter. We need to get these names out, New Era Detroit and New Era Chicago, so that we can spread and get more groups in every city. Well, this is a good start. They're really doing some good things, and we really need to brainstorm on a way to protect ourselves against these terrorist attacks. Thank you so much, and have a good day.